Okay, shalom, shalom. Kwame sha'Allah. Koholoyim la Yahweh Bashem Yahushai Bahashem Hakodash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, that by the Spirit taught us this beautiful truth. And just want to say Tawada to all the Akim and Akwaf that's out here sincerely keeping the laws, the statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai to the best of their ability. This is Yachanan the Waf just coming at you with another quick lesson, praying that it's edifying by the Spirit. And just wanted to get off into this article on the basically how everything is just the prices are rising and everything, and how it's really, kind of strangling everybody, man, so to speak. It says just how bad is the U.S. cost of living squeeze. We did the math. Let's see here. It says after years of inflation, U.S. consumers are shouldering a burden unlike anything it's seen in decades, even as the pace of price increase has slowed. It now requires $119.27 to buy the same goods and services a family could afford with $100 before the pandemic. Since early 2020, prices have risen about as much as they had in the full 10 years preceding the health emergency. It's hard to find an area of the household budget that's been spared. Groceries are up 25% since January 2020. Same with electricity. Used car prices have climbed 35%. Auto insurance 33%. Rents roughly 20%. And, it's all kinds of stuff in between. If you have a damn flat tire, you got to get an oil change. If you got to, just, I don't know, hell, buy a winter coat. Whatever the case may be, whatever it is, you're going to most definitely spend more on it than, was spent on stuff like that just 2 years or so ago. So things are rising, man. And Esau is not going to, nothing is going to get better. This shit's not going to get better. And we were saying that all along. See, they kind of, giving people somewhat of a gas break at the pumps, as far as like, your gas may have gone down maybe 15 cent, 20 cent, since Thanksgiving. But it's going to rise back up for December 25th, Christmas. They know people going to be riding, so all that, they jumped it up to like $5, $6, $7 in some places, $8. So now this little average of $3 and some change, people, they made it to the point where people feel as if that's cheap because it's better than paying the $5, $6, $7, of course, right? A gallon. Anyway, let's see here. Many Americans have seen their pay rise. So basically they've seen a pay raise, but this inflation is gobbling it up. From what this is saying right here. Yeah, this basically, they talking about Joe Biden and his election. Man, they gonna, who knows? Anyway. Groceries, it says in October installment of Bloomberg News Morning Consult poll, more than half of voters in several key swing states pointed to grocery prices as the main way inflation's had impacted them. Yeah, because them damn groceries are expensive, man. You got, man, look, $100, man, ain't getting you nothing like that no more. And like I said again, I mean, I can't even, imagine a family of 4, family of 6, family of 8. Can't even imagine it, man. It says in 4 years before the pandemic, grocery prices increased less than 1%, offering shoppers a certain predictability. Even then, consumers occasionally saw price spikes for specific items due to drought, disease, or natural disaster, but nearly ubiquitous increases of the last few years and the brisk pace have been bewildering. A pound of ground beef now costs $5.23 on average, up from $3.89 in January 2020. Coffee is up some $2 a pound. Prices for fresh fruits and vegetables are nearly 14% higher. At one point, the price of a carton of eggs was triple its pre-pandemic price. It's a huge slap in the face. I'm surprised that some people are saying inflation's coming down, said Ryan Essingberg, 50, who lives in California. He says it's hard. You go and get your bill, and it's like, what's happening here? In October 2020, a Census Bureau survey showed a 4-person household spent an average of $238.32 in a week on food at home. 3 years later, a similar survey showed that figure had jumped to $315.22, roughly 32% increase, basically. It says, I don't see any other way than food overall is going to be taking a higher share of people's disposable income than before. It is. A professor in food policy economics at the University of Arkansas, you can't wiggle out of buying food, and you can't. And they know that. And they're making it to the point where, you're going to become a lot more dependent upon who? Your government, the so-called white man. Matter of fact, let's grab that scripture real quick, because this is what it's all boiling down to right here. All this economic stuff, man. They're putting the squeeze on the people. And people, and if you notice, there's been a lot of these TikTok videos, especially of women, especially of women. And these are not even, and some of these women are married, they have, husbands. And they're not even saying that they have children. They may have a child, maybe 2 children. And supposedly they're making good money, but, a lot of people just not budgeting right. They're just living outside of their means. But overall, things are getting more expensive, man, especially if you're renting from somebody, because the renters or the landlord, they feeling like shit going up on them. They going to have to raise prices on you. You see what I'm saying? But let's get this real quick, because this is what it's all coming down to. Revelation 13:16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. And they're basically implementing all that right now. Everywhere you go is self-checkout. Everywhere you go to a self-checkout, it's got a camera on you. They can see if you're scanning, or if you're suspected of scanning, or might not have scanned something. So they got that shit down to a science. They already have you in the system if you've ever used an ATM card, a debit card or credit card or whatever at these self-checkouts. Even if you put cash into it, that's not getting you around the fact that they have a video of you. They can analyze your features. They're doing analytics on features, man. They have your eye color, your eye scan, your irises, your bone structure, your everything when you go to these self-checkouts, man. So all that right there has been a precursor to what's to come. Esau is hammering down, the digital phase where people are just going to have to depend upon him. You're not going to be, it's going to come a point where you're not going to be able to even get into a store if you don't have this man's shit, man, in you. Because he's coming with that chip, man. He's coming hardcore with that chip. That's already on the way. And so by them strangling the people, so to speak, or making it so hard for the people, all they will have to do is just come with this simple solution. Hey, look, we can take care of you. Come on down, bring the children on down. There's a new system that we have. They're going to, Esau is slippery as hell, man. This man is damn demonic. And he's pressuring people right now. He's putting people through the pressure cooker right now. And people are tired of that pressure, especially the woman. And see, they understand that with the man out of the home, the woman being put into the position that she's being put into, all he has to do is offer her some more food stamps. I'm going to take care of your rent. Don't worry about anything. We got you. We're going to matter of fact, they're already taking care of all that anyway. But they're going to add a little bit more, a little more of a bonus to it to make it, seem so refreshing. And so, girl, I'm going down here. I'm going to get that thing. And I'm taking the kids, too. You know what I'm saying? So it's coming to a point where this man is ready to, he's pressuring the people to the point where when he implements or he presents his program or his plan, people going to be running in droves to go and get that shit, man. Anyway, let's see what else is in here. They got housing. Housing then went up. I'm just gonna get to the points, man. It says it's also a difficult moment for renters to make a leap to home ownership. No, they don't want you to own nothing. Mortgage rates are around 23-year high, and home values have jumped nearly 42% since 2020. That's crazy, bro. It's like 50%. Okay, so it says, but those that own the home, you know what I'm saying? They making, they could be doing a little bit better. It says those who own homes before all this shit jumped off, right? It says, those that own homes before the recent run-up in mortgage rates and prices have been shielded from one of the most dramatic impacts of inflation, and the appreciation in home values has markedly boosted their wealth. But that's only for a few of them that got sense enough to hold on. Because people just, they live outside of their means, man. You'll still have a person that owns a home like this, and they'll sell that shit and go out here into the world and, just because they got a little lump sum of some money, because people are pretty much microwavable. They want that instant gratification. They can't, so they'll take a lump sum of money and get rid of something that's rent free to go and rent. Anyway, so basically it's saying it's like winning the lottery in hindsight. So if you own a home during this bullshit. Okay, but it says it's not all roses for homeowners. The rapid climb in home equity has pushed up property taxes. See that? And the surge in mortgage rates have prevented many of them from moving. Okay, let's see. It says routine bills. This is the next section in the article. Americans haven't gotten any respite from their other bills either. See? So you paying the regular bills, you still they got electricity bills have climbed 25% since January 2020. Natural gas is up 29% at the same time period. And like inflation, more generally, jumps in electricity prices have been uneven across states and regions. Car insurance is up 33%. And combination of higher car prices and a surge in borrowing costs has pushed the average monthly payment for a new car a record high of $736. I don't see, that's stupid to me. I don't get a person running out here buying a brand new car, you know what I'm saying, or even a used car for that matter. They got auctions. It's people that's selling their own personal car. There are places that you can buy a car. Hell, you can go on damn Craigslist and buy a car from somebody. If you don't even really have to have any mechanic skills. I mean, if you know somebody, you can take them with you, check over the car for you. But of course, if you buying a car off somebody, of course, you're going to be putting some money into it. So if you can get you a car, $2,500, $3,000, $3,500, $4,000, $45,000, whatever the amount, it should be in pretty decent shape. All you have to do is take it to your local mechanic, have all the little ins and outs done, and now you own a car. Why the fuck are you paying $736, $800, not to mention the insurance to go with it? That's just the car payment. And see, a lot of women are doing that stupid shit. A lot of women, nigga, I ain't driving, I ain't used. Here it is, it's going into 2024. You get to talking to some of these chicks about a 2020. Please. I gotta have, I ain't driving that old, that's old. I seen a video of a dude got his woman a Porsche SUV. And I think it was, I don't know. She was like, but dag, it couldn't even been a 2022. I think it was like a 2020 or something like that, 2021, whatever it was. She wanted the 2024, but because it was a 20, it was a nice truck. The shit looked dope to me. I mean, but she didn't want it. She was fussing and shit. He's sitting there looking stupid as hell, begging her. But just look at it. She wouldn't even open the door. She wouldn't even sit in it. So if you got a woman like that, bro, good luck. It says, according to Edmunds, a record 17.5% of consumers financing a new vehicle are now paying $1,000 or more a month. That shit is crazy to me. This person says, I feel like I'm on a hamster wheel. That's just, I'm not getting ahead ever. As of 2022, the average annual cost of childcare nationally was $10,853, bro. Everything that you literally are getting up to go and punch a clock and get this man everything that you work for. You are literally, a damn slave. See? So all he has to do is come along and give a person some relief. And women gonna go for it because women like to be comfortable. And they're the ones that's kicked back, got the children, instead of them working 2-3 jobs now, the so-called white man is saying, well, hey, come on down here. We're going to implant you with this hookup so we can, scan your ass, because we have to do that because, whatever the case may be with the dollar, however they're going to push the dollar out, you know. So they're going to make it say, hey, come on down. We got you. Come, Matter of fact, you ain't even got to leave the house. We'll have the truck pull up with your food, have them deliver it. Hell, if you want, we'll have somebody come in and put it in the refrigerator and the cabinets for you. Or your car paper, don't worry about that. All that has been all that is good. We'll have Carvana drop you some shit off. Hey, they're going to make it easy, and people going to fall for it because people want relief. It says, according to data from Child Care Aware of America, with prices varying by state, and as of September, average monthly child care payments were 32% higher than 2019 average. That's crazy, bro. Healthcare, see, already expensive in the U.S., has become even more so, along with paying higher prices to visit the dentist or the hospital. Data from annual KFF survey shows the average employer-sponsored health insurance premium jumped almost $24,000 this year. Nearly 40% of Americans have delayed or skipped needed health care in the past year because they couldn't afford it. Yep, people out here dying, man. One routine purchase where many consumers are getting some reprieve as of late is gasoline, with prices falling steadily. See, and that's what I'm saying. It says mid-September after soaring to around $5 a gallon. So, see, that's what I'm saying. When they done that, they knew that, okay, we keep it at $5 a gallon for a while. Tire their asses out of paying this $5 an hour. Now we can keep it at $3.50. And they won't fuss about it. Why? Because it's cheaper than the $5. See, we're not ignorant of Satan's devices, man. See, and that's what he's gonna do. He's gonna pressure. That's all that it is. He's pressuring. He's pushing. People are tired. There's plenty of videos of people just ranting, sitting in their car crying, ranting. I normally don't do videos like this, but I had to just talk to somebody, Hey, but that's the spirit of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, man. It says, even so, at $3.31 a gallon nationally on as of November 20th, gasoline remains a strain on household budgets, especially given prices are still nearly $1 higher than the 5-year average leading up to the pandemic. Yup, borrowing costs too become more expensive. So if you're borrowing some money, they're going to hit you over the head. For years, credit has been relatively easy to come by in the U.S., helping Americans buy big-ticket items like cars, homes, while also keeping a lid on monthly interest payments. Now the shares of Americans' wages that they're putting towards interest payments for things like a car and credit cards is at levels not even seen since 2007. And not too far from all-time highs. Delinquency rates are climbing rapidly as a result. So people losing it, man. They losing every damn thing. It's always a notice at the door. It's a garnishment on the money. People stressed. People bugging the hell out. It says Leslie Shuffleton, a personal trainer in Palm Desert, California, had no other debt besides a mortgage payment heading into the pandemic. Since then, the combination of investing in her business while shouldering a sharp COVID-driven shutdown or slowdown, plus rising prices and property taxes, has driven her family to accumulate $75,000 in debt. See? And like I said again, women I know think a little bit differently, man. When it comes to guys, hey, they be like, man, look, we cut that, we gonna cut that, fuck that. Ain't nothing. I don't need to buy nothing else. I'm gonna wear these shirts, these socks and drawers until whatever. You know what I'm saying? We don't need nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? It's really simple for men, to go and just do regular shit, man. You know what I'm saying? We'll make we don't have to go nowhere. If it weren't for women, we wouldn't even be doing the shit that we even be doing overall. For real. Because a man has no, you got these dudes out here too, man. They're going to get these high ass car payments. They want to be looked at as, look at me. Hey, people are too stressed to look at you. So the shit that you're really spending all that money on, it's a waste. Nobody paying you no attention. Why? Because first off, their heads is buried into their damn phones. And then they got shit on their mind. And if they looking at you as if you're someone that can give them some relief. They're looking at you as somebody that can pay the bills. So anyway, $75,000, man, and hey, I guess you hope you got a business, you're trying to hold it afloat, I guess. It says she's been shuffling that money on new credit cards since, trying to avoid the surge in borrowing costs while she waits for her stock holdings to increase in value. I absolutely want to make sure that when that promotional rate is over, that I have the ability to shuffle it over to another card for a promotional rate again. God damn, Shuffleton 50, and she's 54. It's just a real circus, and it's a real dance that I would like to not have to do. And this is people where you thinking like they should be doing pretty decent, man, at that particular age, man. She's like damn near 60. Small luxuries is the next section of it. A big financial goal like buying a house appear increasingly out of touch. Some Americans are shifting their economic aspirations to smaller luxuries. Hey, a lot of these people living out of damn RVs, man. They just on the road. Pay attention to a Walmart parking lot. You're going to see a bunch of damn station wagons. And you're going to see a bunch of, with the windows blotted out, or with window screens up to them where they can do, because people living out of these cars. And it's Edomites, it's so-called white people. They're living out of their vehicles because they've been living, that lifestyle that they used to live, they can't afford it no more. It says the problem is that cost of many of these items have increased too. Besides airline fares, which have actually fallen slightly compared to January 2020, it's gotten more expensive to travel, with hotel prices up 15%. So if you get kicked out of your damn house and you try and go to a hotel, that shit is even expensive. Meanwhile, restaurant prices are up 24%. I don't know how people at these restaurants. I don't know how people driving through these drive-thrus. I don't know how motherfuckers can afford Uber Eats, man. But they doing it. They doing it. It says a figure that doesn't even include the optional tips that touchscreen checkout systems often nudge diners to add. So here you go, you get there, you're not even being greeted by a real person. You at a damn kiosk and the kiosk is asking you for a damn tip. Incredible. It says chicken dishes are up 32%. Burgers are up 23%. Pasta and noodles up 14%. Pizza up 17%. This shit that you can make at your house. It says when consumers are already being squeezed by higher costs for necessities, it can be especially difficult to splurge. A recent survey by the polling firm Global Strategy Group showed half of respondents reported not being able to afford going out to a restaurant. 2/3 said they couldn't afford a vacation. So people just working. That's all you can do. Work. Motherfuckers trying to get a double shift right now, or some picking up extra shifts to buy Christmas gifts, which they should just leave that shit alone. But you think they got sense enough to do it? They still want to put up lights. You're going to run up the electricity bill some more. You just want to put up a damn tree. Some shit you're going to throw out on the curb, a couple of weeks after. You buying all this shit that you don't need and trying to keep up with these wicked ass holidays. That's another thing. Anyway, because the scripture says that the customs of the people are vain. Don't even celebrate. It talks about that. Matter of fact, let me grab that quick scripture real quick, because people out here really picking up, they grabbing extra jobs, or extra shift to try and pay for Christmas gifts and shit, man. Don't even make no sense. That shit is stressful. Jeremiah chapter 10, I'm going to start at verse 1, and it's entitled Idols and the Living God. Hear ye the word which Yahweh speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. So this is to you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, learn not the way of the heathen. You're not to learn the way of the so-called white man. Let him celebrate white Jesus Christmas. Because the Lord is not some white guy. He's not our Lord. He's not coming to save your ass. You going out here, you getting in debt, trying to keep up with these people and them heathenish ass, idolatrous ass, vain holidays. You just putting yourself in more debt. And then, once you put yourself in debt, you'll go and try and borrow some money from one of your family members to further strain them. I need gas money to get back and forth to work. But you done bought everybody in the damn hood a gift. Come on, bro. It says, thus saith Yahweh, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. For the customs of the people are vain, which means they ain't shit. For one cutteth the tree out of the forest. I just was in behind somebody coming from the plantation with a damn tree about to bounce off the back of his truck on the mines. I had to whip around him. You know, he done bought him with one of them Christmas trees, you know. It says, the work, it says, for one cutteth the tree out of the forest, the work of the hands of the workmen with the axe. They deck it with silver and with gold. They fasten it with nails and with hammers that it move not. This is Christmas right here. The Lord said that that's a vain custom. Don't do what these other heathen nations are doing. They want to celebrate Christmas. Let them celebrate Christmas. There shouldn't be a Negro in the hood that's celebrating Christmas, man. Now, I will say where I stay, it's rare that you will see Christmas decorations up, but it's a house or two here and there. I can see a house from like where I'm at right now because I'm outside. But Jake really, you know, it's not a big thing for Jake to really put up lights and stuff like that. For one, Jake just, you know, kind of like lazy in that way. But at the same time, too, Jake will generally know, no, we're not running up no goddamn electricity bill on this shit. But they'll still celebrate it, though. They'll go out and spend all kinds of money on just one dinner that's going to cost them when they can just fill up the pantries, man, with that money. Put some more meats in the freezer. You know, just buy your regular groceries. Here you go. You buying all this damn food to eat a couple of days off of with some damn leftovers, man. Making some damn turkey salad or some chicken salad or some ham salad at the end, you know, to just scrape up everything. Anyway, though, I don't want to keep this long. I mean, it was, you know, more to the article. Let's see what else they had. Savings. That's the next section of the article. Of course, people are not really able to put nothing away, man. And they have, and some people probably are saving because, you know, hey, you trying to hold on to every damn thing that you can get. And that's pretty much the article, though. So some people are putting away some funds. There's some people that's sitting on a little something. You know what I'm saying? Because some people had some sense enough to know, like, hey, look, if something else was to happen, their main focus is on having food and water and, you know, the essentials in the home, man. Not all this bullshit. There's people out here still shopping like it's nothing ever happened. They have no idea that what's to come is about to overtake them like a storm. And it's mainly the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man. They're not putting away anything. They're not, you know, they just living, you know, to just be living. They buying shoes they don't need, damn watch, clothes, purse, scarf, hat. I need this to go with this. Closet full of shit. Can barely get into their bedroom because there's shit everywhere that they done bought that they don't really need. And that's our people, man. Anyway, I just wanted to touch on that, man. Hey, it's getting serious out here. Everything is coming down to a real buckle, man. It's gonna come to a point where, you know, they got the account of the virgins, right? The 5 wise virgins and the other 5 that did, you know, didn't bring oil for their lamps. You know, roughly paraphrasing, it's gonna come to a point where people are gonna be like that, where you may have been preparing, but your other family members haven't been. So now they're going to try and squeeze you because they was out here foolishly spending their shit or foolishly, you know, running through their shit. They're going to want to come to you. That's why it's so important, you know what I'm saying? That, hey, it's getting at a point where you have to make a slasher or, you know, you got to slash some people away from you, man. You know what I'm saying? It's not like you don't speak to them or holler at them, whatever. But it's coming to a point where, hey, you can't even let your own family member, if you live alone, you can't let your other family members know what you stocking up on or what you putting away or what you have, because they're going to come and they're going to milk you. And if you soft like that, they're going to milk you. Then all y'all going to be out here fucking hungry. Especially if you've been telling them, if they've been getting the word, and the word been going out, man. It's not like the warnings haven't been going out. You've been warning them, hey, look, this is the Lord's name. His name is Yahweh. The true name of his son is Yahweh Shai. Those are the true names of the Father and Son. You've been giving them the rundown. Hey, you a Hebrew Israelite. That's our real biblical nationality. And they looking at you like you crazy. They talking shit about you. All this nigga, and this nigga, this, he won't even come through the mama birthday party. He won't even, whatever. So you've been telling them about this truth. Now, when shit hits the fans and everything that you've been telling them or tried to tell them is coming to pass, they going to be knowing, well, we can go over to such and such house. They got it. But mommy, I'm hungry. Stop playing, Gerald. You really going to let your people go with it? Because they're going to be looking at you. So what you going to do? You about to just go damn hungry with them? And I'm not saying it in an inhumane way, but it's coming to that point. It really is. It's coming to a point where you're going to have to make a decision with your people, man. And that's hard. It's going to be a hard, hard low, but you into this truth and you know what it really is, you're going to make that decision and not even feel guilty about it. Because it's coming to a point where it's just like you're going to cut off Cousin Ray Ray. Cousin Shalanta. You see what I'm saying? It's coming to a point where you're going to cut off Auntie Betty. Or whoever. Because they're not listening. It's coming to a point where you're going to have to separate from them, man. It just is what it is. That's a part of this truth. That's a hard, that's one of the parts of this truth really that's, can seem hard. Because, we love our people. You want to help them out to the best of your ability. But it's coming to a point where it's like it's gonna be nothing that we can do for nobody. Because we're going to be dependent upon Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. It's going to come a point where, hey, you may not have nothing. But your faith is going to be in Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, man. The stability, this wisdom and knowledge. What's that, the Isaiah? Let me get that real quick. We can end out there possibly. But, hey, man, it's coming to a point where you're going to have to, it just is what it is, man. It may sound harsh. Isaiah 33:6, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of Yahweh is his treasure. See, this wisdom, this knowledge that you've been trying to give to them is going to be the stability of your time. They're going to get caught out here in the cold, man. And if you run into that shit, you run into that burning house with them, you're going to be done too, man. Just is what it is, man. I mean, that's a warning going out, So, hey, keep your head on a swivel. When it comes to these certain things, it's about to come to a point where you gonna have to cut some niggas off, man. Straight up. It just is what it is. And being in this troop after a certain amount of time, generally you do that anyway. Because they don't want to deal with you. They don't want to hear about the scriptures. You become such night and day with them, or oil and water, that you just can't blend with them. You can't even, all you can do is say hi and bye to them. Really? You can't catch on to nothing. You don't want to hear none of this shit they talking about. They don't want to hear nothing that you talking about. So there's the separation right there. Anyway, but hey, you see these things, or these things are getting more expensive, and it's going to get a lot more expensive. This is just the beginning of this shit. And this beginning is pretty rough. It's only going to get more expensive. These prices are not going to go down. These prices are going to continue to rise. There's a lot of homeless people out here right now. I know here where I'm at, they cutting off water. They literally cutting off people water, man. Jake, it's a lot of Jake out here. It's households. The house might look nice. Motherfucker might even have a nice car. But they don't have no damn water running in the house. Water is essential. Anyway, I'm going to end out there, man. With that, I pray that the lesson was edifying. Kwam Yashalom.